Good morning, everyone. Welcome back on Daily Crypto Plan. Well, we have the FOMC. We know what happened. We saw what happened in the market. Now it's time to get back to work. We still have news this week, so it's still dangerous. But at least we have the interest rate. We saw what Trump did last night. Everything worked out pretty well, in my humble opinion. So, let's see what we have on the charts. Morning Darren, morning Adela, hey Christian, hey Catalin, hey Timmy. If you want to help us out, please repost that tweet there in the comments. Hey, no worry. Okay, so Bitcoin on CME daily chart. Pretty classic. I know a stupid trader that said something like this. Well, we did a bit better. We dumped and closed this gap here on lower time frame, of course, but you can see we tested 110. We took almost 1.8, almost. But look at the reaction. The reaction is the most important thing. Look how the market reacted. Well, that's something nice. Let's see how this candle will close. We'll talk about tomorrow. But looks nice. Looks like the market wants to react at 110 and keep it as support, at least for the moment. We can close this candle deep in the long reload zone, 1.8 or lower, or 1.6 even, but also we can close this candle all the way up at 1.16, SFUing this level. So that was my scenario. Bounce here, dump back to retest 110. Well, luckily we managed to get even the long reload zone a little bit, and now to pump here in the short reload zone. Let's see if it will happen. Step by step, level by level, until next week. I think we'll see if this scenario will play out or not. The problem I had last night, and I even posted, is that the same fucking traders, so-called traders, people, influencers, that here at 116, they said, well, to the moon, no, nothing will stop us. And I said, well, people, let's watch out. It's not a good idea. Let's short, let's hedge, let's do this, let's do that. Here, motherfuckers become bearish, driving the beginners and their followers in the wrong direction again. Well, we cannot save everyone. If you are a follower of Crypto Traders Arena and you are listening to me, you are listening to Stefan, I think you are safe. Not because we are predicting the market, but because we are respecting a strict risk management and we are playing setups. We are playing what to see in the charts, not emotions. Now, we managed to foresee this movement. We made money on the short. Hopefully, some of you managed to get a long here. If not, you can trade, you can find another setup, you can find another entry, you can find a retest. You can trade with Holy Grail if you are a premium or a VIP. We'll find an entry. It's still dangerous. Yeah? We still have news this week. But what was really, really important, Trump meet and FOMC is gone. We had it yesterday. Look at the reaction. Okay, so that's Bitcoin on CME indicators. Well, respecting the price action. I love the fact that OBV is respecting the price action, RSI is respecting the price action, MACD histogram is respecting the price action. Okay? For Capo 1 people, because some of you, when I want to see, just an example, when I want to see an example of OBV, confirmation, divergence, well, I'll take this level, something like this. Convergence, okay. And it's confirming where? Here. It's not so hard, people. You just go there, you put something like this. Okay. And there you go, you have the study. You'll put the same on the price action. In this case, this one. And now you know exactly, 10 years from now, you know what you did there. Okay? Just something for couple one. Okay, people, let's remove this one. Let's go back on the charts. The other template here, similar, nothing changed from CME, just a bit different chart, but similar. We touched long reload zone. Let's see how we'll close this candle. This one, even better. You see it even better on the index. On daily, we have a W, we have a breakout, we have a retest in 110 area, which is a support and resistance, which should be okay for us. As long as we are holding above this level here, we have a chance. It's good. It's nice. Okay. Now, looking at Ethereum on daily, Ethereum has something nice, something called range. Yeah. And we are in the middle of the range, exactly in the middle here with 4,000 level. Equal distance between short reload zone, equal distance from long reload zone. So, ugly level to trade, like I said, will go up and down multiple times, will drive everyone nuts, and at some point in time will decide for a direction, probably up, but frame a setup around it. Well respected Monday range from last week, from this week. We can go even on lower time frame. From this move, this time, let's take the last move. Let's see what we have here. So similar like on Bitcoin, we touched long reload zone. It's okay for me here, thinking lower time frame, to find an entry here. Yes. I'll risk more than 0.5% here? No, because we have 4,000 above us. I'm not a financial advisor, people. Do whatever you want. It's your money, your decision, your responsibility. If you take an idea, let's assume you take an idea from me, I'm not assuming the credit for your win, but I'm not assuming the responsibility for your loss. So it's totally up to you. Okay. Bitcoin on 4-hour chart, because we have this template here. Let's just do it. Okay. Pretty classic, pretty nice. Look at the last week Monday range, look at the clone of that range and what happened here. We are playing around from 116 in the long reload zone. I love this reaction here. Okay, I don't have a W there, so either you play the ICT concept and you manage to take an entry here around here, or you'll have to wait for more. If you are a day trader, a scalper, you can chase with Holy Grail or something, but as a swing trader, it's hard to frame a setup here. Ethereum on 4-hour chart. Here maybe we'll get a W. Maybe, just maybe. So patience, maybe we'll get a W and we can play something. What I don't see here on 4-hour chart on Ethereum, I don't see any bullish divergence. So no divergence here on 4-hour. Okay, maybe on, I don't know, 50-minute chart, we have something. A bit. Okay, let's go back on 4-hour chart. Now, could see an ugly reaction from for a trader, just straight up? Yes, it's possible. Let's hope that is not the case. On daily, Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look. What do we have here? Well, technically it's not an M because we made a higher high here. Looks like something. We can form from now on an M. Let's say, well, we have this move. This move played out really nicely. Okay. From now on, we had this one. We'll do this one. Something like this. Possible. People, I'm not predicting the market. I'm just drawing some lines on the chart. And you can see. It's normal to think that will reject from the resistance. No? Let's see what will happen. If we'll form a clear classic M, then we know I have a chance. Morning, everyone. Okay, so that's the dominance. ES, a new day, a new all-time high. Well, you can see we made a new all-time high today. It's strong, it's pushing higher. How high, we don't know. I don't recommend you to chase there, to do anything, just let it play itself out. It's still dangerous to play this one. Traditional market traders, okay, they will go on 5-minute chart, 50-minute chart, and they'll play some setups. But just look at it. If I zoom out on weekly, you will understand what I'm saying. Look at it. Gap, closing above the uptrend channel line. Yeah, we can push higher, but it's dangerous. That's all I'm saying. Sorry about my voice, people. I'm still a bit under the weather, or a bit cold. Gold. Fighting 4,000. I remember some people laughed at me when I said, well, it's probably over, even from here. Possible another move higher, but it's over. I saw a lot of good traders, really good traders, saying, okay, we'll dump here, but for investors, it's still a good idea to hold. Really? Okay, do that. To be honest, if I was a trader of gold and I'll see the market pushing here in the short reload zone, I'll get the fuck out with both hands, honestly. But maybe I'm not a traditional market trader. I'm not trading gold. Yeah, I'm not in the gold. Maybe they know better. Maybe I'm just stupid. But in my humble opinion, if I'll see gold here and I'll see an EM here, I'll get the fuck out. I prefer to change the time frame, to do something else, but to stay as a position trader here. So we bounce. You don't want to exit in a dump. You wait for the bounce. But here in the short reload zone, if you see a daily EM and you are still in the trade and you still stay and watch like a deer in the headlights, I don't think it's a good idea. But that's just my 2 cents. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be stupid. Okay, silver. I have an alarm. Now I have that 3-bar fractal potential there. I have an alarm. Let's see what will happen. I'm watching. Nice rejection 2 days ago. Nice candle yesterday. Let's see what will happen today, tomorrow, next week. Who knows? Reversal number. Okay. That was a good one, Alex. Anyway. Okay, total. Fighting for trillion. We have the W. We have the breakout. We have the retest. We just need a bit of patience. Let's see what is next. Total 3, similar. The difference is that we are above 1 trillion with the total 3. So we should be a bit better, technically. Okay, that's the overview. Let's take a look at the lower time frame, 1 hour, 4 hour, and then we'll close the live stream. Ethereum, like I said, remember yesterday we discussed this scenario to push here. Well, we didn't push there. We stopped at 4,000 and we dumped. We dumped in the long reload zone, nothing bad about it. Bullish divergence on RSI on 1 hour. Okay, that's good. The double, it's a bit above the long reload zone. That's not good. But if you manage to take a trade here in the long reload zone, then you are okay. What is the play for Ethereum? I will not short Ethereum. I'll say it again. I'm not shorting Ethereum. We have the POC here. It's possible for us. Let's delete this scenario now and do another one. It's possible from here to pump in the POC, test 4,000, then dump back down here, and then to do something like this. And from here, we'll see what will happen. Yeah, it's possible. Where is your entry as a trader, as a day trader, if you see something like this? If you are not from this level, okay, you miss that opportunity. Take the next one. And the next one will be here. Okay? Probably a Stefan setup or a Mountain Man setup. Something like this. Let it pump. See how high is pumping. Other retracement. Buy 61.8 and risk all the way down here. What I don't like about this is equal lows here, at least on this chart. So it's dangerous to play. Don't play more than 0.5 if you play this setup. If you want to play SFU here, well, just put the limit order or put an alarm and wait for that level to be swept. Okay? Okay. If we'll go straight up, well, holy grail. Nothing else I could say. Bitcoin. Well, I know a stupid trader that from the beginning of the week played the SFU, which was framed some time ago here. 21 October, I framed this SFU. We managed to get an entry, a really nice one. We even had a retest here. So nobody has an excuse. Well, I didn't have a chance to take the trade. Sorry, Paul. You are not taking the trade for me. You are not making money for me. It's your responsibility. Okay. So, what now? We played this setup. From the POC and below, I said keep 25%. Well, now it's up to you if you close that 25%. If you still trail, I don't know. It's up to you what you do. Honestly, I closed everything in the morning. I don't have a short anymore. I guess you understand why I don't have a short anymore. Now, what we can do here? Well, this is the Monday range. So we can assume we'll bounce straight up to the Monday range. If you are not in a trade, sorry. Probably that will be the other rejection here. Similar with Ethereum. If we'll see a rejection and you manage to get an entry here, that could be something nice. That could form kind of a ugly, I don't know if ugly, but you get the idea, inverse head and shoulder. We have some divergence here, confirmed already, you can see it, no? So, let me show you, for couple one people, the rest you can watch if you want, or ignore it if you don't like it. We take week to week, week. We have a low, a lower low. Nothing on OBV, but on RSI here, we have a low and a higher low. That's called a divergence, where that divergence is confirming. Well, in this case, here. Okay, I have a template even for that. Divergence confirmation. Okay. And now you have a confirmed divergence. Similar divergence you can see on OBV or MACD histogram. So that's the way you make an example. Okay, so that will be the scenario. So anticipate, let's wait for this pump to finish its move. Probably will stop there. Then you draw the fib and then you wait in 61.8. Okay? I don't know where the fib will stop. Maybe the pump will stop here at this retest. Something like this. Then wait for a retest. Long reload zone, pump chaser zone. It's okay to take pump chaser zone if you see a W in the pump chaser zone. Okay, that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum. If you see that Bitcoin and Ethereum are behaving nicely, for example, Bitcoin is holding above 110 and is not doing stupid stuff. Just holding that 110 level, going to 111, 112, fucking around in that area. You can go on altcoins and be a bit more aggressive. That means I'll hunt W's on 1 hour chart, not 4 hour, 1 hour chart on new shitcoins. For the moment, people, most of them don't have a W. But because it's 1 hour time frame, we can form some W's. If we form some W's and we take some W's, be extra careful on total risk. Don't exceed 3-4% from your total portfolio. Okay? So here, for example, we don't have a W. Probably a good location. Definitely a good location. But no W. No W, no trade. No. No. Well, here we have a W on this one. We need a retest. You want to take this one? Okay. I don't have anything against. You can see the W there. Is the best one? No. But it's there. No W. Good location here. Nothing else. Nothing here. No W. So you can see we don't have the W's yet. But we can form some nice W's on 1 hour. And it will not take forever to form the W's. Couple of hours, half a day. In the New York, maybe we can play around. If it looks awful, well, do what I do, Dimitri. You can see no W's yet. We are trying something. Look at here. Not a complete W. I don't consider this one a W, but you can see it's trying something. Be patient. Let's hunt W's on 1 hour. Probably in the New York session we'll see some movement. I don't know if it's good or bad. Maybe. Just look at it. Probably some bullish divergence here. There you go. So select your coins, wait for W's, and play your setups. But with good risk management. Here we have some bullish divergence on this one. At least we have something. Here we are trying to form something. Pay attention. Look at the divergence there. The indicator is not seeing it as a divergence. I do. You can see low, lower low on the wicks. Here we have a low, higher low, neckline breakout. This is a confirmed bullish divergence already. Look at the OBV. So, when you see something like this, you should pay attention. Yes. If you zoom out, well, be damn sure if you take a trade here, if you'll lose the lows, get the fuck out. Because it's dangerous. Location is bad there. Well, look at Matt. Something. Good location, some W's, some bullish divergence on RSI. Even OBV is starting to. Well, no, actually OBV is lazy. Oh, no volume behind that. But, well, let's say you take a W here. You move your stop loss scratch at the POC because it's ugly, could reject. And this one will pump all the way up in the short reload. Good risk reward for me. So this could be a potential one. Here we can form something. Let's zoom out. There you go. Nice location. Maybe you'll form a W. Bullish divergence already on RSI. Almost everything looks similar. We dumped. I got some fills on my position trading as on spot. But I prefer the new coins now here. Similar. I don't see a setup formed already on 1 hour, but I see potential ones all over the place. I'm looking at all of them just to see maybe we can have a setup in the London session, but I don't see it. Here we have a potential one. Someone said about this one, well, it's ugly. Well, do exactly what I do. What I do. I'm dollar cost averaging all the way down. It's looking ugly. Okay, the uglier, the better, because I'll get cheaper plasma. I don't know. You still have to respect the risk management as an investor. You are not allowed to exceed a maximum amount from your portfolio, a maximum percentage in this one. You don't go 20% from your portfolio in plasma. And if plasma goes to zero, well, actually you destroyed your portfolio. No. But everyone has a different number. Some people say, well, 2% is the max for me. I'll invest in a project. Some people say 3%, 4%. For me, it's 4%. Exceptions, 5%. Above 5, never. Yeah? But if you see that the market is going up, find a strategy to dollar cost average all the way down. If you know how to dollar cost average, everyone says, well, I know how, but actually they don't. But similar here for 1 hour, maybe we get a W sooner or later. What I don't like, for a W here, good location, but this is like a magnet, people. This is like a magnet. So a W may be at 25 cents. Okay, next one. Here we can have a W maybe. Too early. Here you can see something. Everything looks similar, people. Okay. Back at Bitcoin. On altcoins, we don't have Ws yet. Some potential ones could form there. Some bullish divergence. So in the London session, either you manage to wake up earlier and take the trades here on Bitcoin and Ethereum, or you have to wait for a setup. Hey, Christian. What about hype? What time frame, Danny? Let's take a look at hype a little bit. What do you want me to say here? This is a big fucking range. You are in the middle of it. You are at the POC. Could this one go to 100? Easily. This is the best risk reward here? No. We bought hype. Let's put KuCoin. Maybe we have better. We bought hype here. We spoke about hype here. Exactly when we stayed below 1 day or 2 days at $10 here, we said, well, if you want to buy hype, this is the fucking moment. You did it or not? It's up to you. I loaded my boat with a lot of hype here. Now at 5x higher, I don't want to fuck around. Could go to 100, yes. Could go to 200, of course you can. But I don't have the risk reward here. If you are long from below, there you go. And people, when you miss the bus, I'll give you an example because I see one really nice here. Let's remove this one. Actually, no. When you miss the bus like this and you see the market pumping, don't fucking chase. Don't chase. Just wait for the bounce to happen, to finish its move, and play at least a 61.8. Make a rule. I'm not touching the market above 61.8. And if you put a limit order at 61.8, you'll get a fill. Look at it. You got your chance. Sometimes you'll be fast like this and you'll not get a market order. You have to put a limit order. But don't chase. Look at the market. We pumped and we retraced back in the long reload zone. We touched the POC. And now we are pushing. We can push a lot higher? Of course we can. And we probably will. If you want to trade this one and you are on premium or VIP, use Holy Grail. Okay, people. I blabbed away for 1 hour, for half an hour. I try to keep this live stream short as possible. So, we have the plans for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Probably New York will give us more examples, more details, maybe even a retracement in the long reload zone from the last bounce. Keep in mind, we had the news reports on Meta and I don't know, Google or something. We had Trump, we had FOMC. Now it's really important to wait for the New York session to see how they react at the news. So probably London will not be so important or so strong. That being said, let's call it a live stream. I'll check the messages again. Maybe I missed something. We are retards. Yeah, Stefan, we are. But we are consistently profitable retards. That's the main thing. Well, nothing else I missed in the chat. So let's call it a live stream. See you in the New York session if you are a premium member. Okay? We'll open the VIP first day of November. So not today, not tomorrow, Saturday. For 5 days or until we'll get to 100 members, to the max number. Probably we'll get to the max number a lot sooner than people think, but that's a different story. Okay. See you next time, people.